Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Sagittarius. How are you guys, Sag? Hope you're well this week. If you're looking for a singles specific love reading, do check out my playlist. I put them up every Monday. Always remember, if something doesn't resonate, okay, don't try to make it true. If it doesn't feel right, it's not yours, leave it. It's a message for someone else. Sagittarius, see what's happening with you. Sag. There we go. All right. Yeah, some of you might be walking away from someone who's not telling you everything you need to know. There you go. Yeah, so I do see an energy of the King of Cups. So this is a person here who's not telling you something. They're keeping something to themselves. Could be a lie, but a lot of times it's just someone who sort of tells you what you want to hear. Okay, so you may be walking away from this person, or someone walked away from you, but look at this energy. We got a person here who feel it's a person who is recognizing their own feelings. This is definitely someone in their feelings. Ah, yes, look at that. Obstacles, challenges. Oh yeah. So I feel like what you got is you have a person here who's trying to figure out their feelings. There may have been an argument or a lot of challenges or obstacles in a path. This is someone who's trying to figure something out. They're trying to figure out how they feel. This is likely someone who's not sure how they feel, so they're not telling you everything. They may not be just telling you that. But it's definitely an energy of reciprocity. Okay, this is about balance. This is a person who's trying to figure out how they feel. So if you have a person who's just walked away from you, or you may have this person who walks away, okay, because they're not sure how they feel about a situation. There may have been an argument or a fight. Okay, may have even been some kind of competition. This is someone who may have had somebody reach out to them, and then they kind of got into this energy of trying to figure out how they feel. It's about looking at the facts. This is someone who's logical. It's about looking at the facts of a situation. This is a person who wants to win. Okay, now I don't know if this person's actually a player or being sneaky. It's possible. But I actually feel this is a person who needs time to figure out how they feel. This is a person who takes a little longer. The King of Cups can be cautious who they offer their heart to. They need to walk away to figure out their feelings. You know, whether it is, could be a person who's trying to figure out, you know, if you feel the same as they do. But, you know, that could be you. Look at little Leo energy. So I feel as though this is an energy of someone it's a head over heart decision. I can see with this energy. It's about balancing out their emotions, finding the strength and the confidence here. So what I feel is you may have had someone who's pushed you away. They have a hard time letting their guard down. Okay. Now you may have pushed this person away. Maybe that's why they walked away. Take it as it resonates, as I say. So, but you know what I really feel here with this person? They just need to figure out their feelings. This is somebody who will walk away if there's too much conflict. They don't like all this drama. Okay, this is someone who doesn't like a lot of drama. So, but I'm going to tell you, like if you're the person who walked away, you may have felt this person is a bit of a player. They're being sneaky. They may be reaching out to others. Maybe they are, but it's about winning, okay? Looking at the facts of a situation, being logical, figuring things out. I think you got a person who is trying to figure out how you feel, okay? So it's possible, maybe they're not sure. Maybe they feel the same way you do. There's that star, little Aquarius energy. So this is an energy of someone who may feel like, you know, the situation's out of reach. If there's obstacles, challenges, or competition or arguments, whatever it is, it's going to be different for each of you. But this is that star. This is that energy where the situation may be out of reach. Now, I got to tell you, I think this person actually sees you as their hopes and dreams. But I do think this is someone who's very logical. They take time to figure out how they feel. This is not a person who just pours their heart out, okay? So I do see energy of release. Oh yeah, so look at that. See, this is someone who sees you as their hopes and dreams. It's like too good to be true. And that's what I feel is happening here. Oh my gosh, the birth of something new. Yeah. Ooh, I think this person's definitely, you see, it's an energy of looking back. Okay. There's a couple missing cups. This person's not sure how they feel. That's why I feel that it's like giving somebody space, letting them, it's about setting them free to go figure out what it is they want. That's what I feel. Just let the person go figure out their feelings. Yeah. You may have even told somebody, if you have Aquarius in your chart, you may have told this person, go figure out what it is you want or how you feel. Don't come back to me until you're ready to reciprocate, whatever the scenario. But I think you got a person who is figuring out their feelings here. Oh yeah, we've definitely got some Libra or Aquarius energy. So this is an energy of being very wise, trusting your inner knowing, speaking your truth. So I do feel it's an energy of somebody being kind of called out. Okay. Yeah. So the Empress is very wise. Okay. So that's what I feel is happening, but it's an energy of letting someone go. If you set it free and it comes back to you, it may be yours. But yeah, I feel like you got a person who they need time to sort themselves out. Yeah, you may have felt this person's a player. You may have literally cut them out and walked away yourself. But this person's still sitting there. Look at that. There's the Judgment to release. This is a willing release when it's the Star. Letting go of a situation that's out of reach. But I actually feel this person sees you as their hopes and dreams. You might have been hoping for something here yourself, but I feel it's an energy of the Empress kind of calling someone out here. But yeah, I do see staying in your truth, your integrity. There may have been a judgment. This person may have judged you wrong. Vice versa. Yeah, look at that. So there it is. It's an energy of letting go, releasing. I actually feel there could be a reconciliation. I think you got a person who's ready to put all their cups on the table. But this is a person who makes a decision to kind of walk away. It looks like a temporary situation to sort themselves out. Maybe it's yourself. Maybe you walked away from them. Okay? Yeah. But wow. Oh my. Tell me about this King of Cups. Yeah, see, this is someone who's indecisive, okay? This is a person who's indecisive. I feel they probably have some Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra in their chart as well, but it could be energy where you may have failed to recognize, failed to see, okay, that this person walked away because they're trying to figure out how they feel. Like I say, this isn't someone who just puts themselves out there. I can see their energy, so the decision is to move on, but I'm seeing a reconciliation. So let's see what this Five of Staves is all about. Five of Wands energy. Yeah, see, this is someone who lost control of their emotions. I feel this is someone who's trying to stay in control of their emotions. So they chose to walk away. Likely someone who, like I say, is pulled in a couple directions. Yeah, so you can see that. It's about staying on course. So there was some obstacles and challenges. This person may have been competition. It's possible they may have had someone reach out to them and then they were pulled in a couple different directions. And I feel it's a person who's trying to control their emotions. Okay, but I feel they lost control. But I think this person's coming around. Yeah, see, it has to do whether something will be successful or not. So this is likely someone who's dated quite a few people, likely hasn't had a successful relationship. Okay, Sag, but I see this energy of setting yourself free, taking back your power, moving away, because you feel this person's being a bit of a player, okay? They may be just coming in looking for attention. It's a little of that breadcrumbing energy, but it's also this person trying to figure out how you feel. So I feel if there was anything sneaky, it's this person reaching out to you, breadcrumbing, trying to figure out if you feel the same as they do. Wow. You know what it boils down to? Communication. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Yeah, there we go. See, somebody who rushed in and rushed out. So this is likely a person who came in very quick, feeling that this would be successful. They were definitely on course, but it's an energy of being in control. Okay, now this could even be yourself, being a little unsure. You could see this person as your hopes and dreams, but, it's very possible here that, you need a little time to just figure out how you feel. I think we've got someone who's a little bit of a player or comes across as that. It's possible. Okay. But I think we have a person who's just unable to make a decision for some reason. It's whether something will be successful, so they try to not be ruled by their emotions. It's a person who's very logical, trying not to be ruled by their emotions and their passions. Now, this is definitely someone very passionate, very enthusiastic. Okay. So I do see some positive energy. I think you got a person who's coming around here feeling much more positive, much more enthusiastic. Now, it could be about you, so take it as it resonates. There we go. So it's an energy of putting in the work. Now, this could be somebody you work with. This could be to do with work or a job as well, you know, having a hard time deciding. It's about doing something you love that fulfills you emotionally. It could be about something to do with success, chasing success and just going for it. It's about putting in the work. It's about building something. Okay, it has to do with reciprocity. So I feel like for as far as a relationship energy, it's definitely an energy of someone who wants to build something. So I do think this person's going to reach out, but I feel like it's an energy of somebody wanting to know how you feel, okay? Or about, like I say, you want to know how they feel. But it's about putting in the work. It's about building, creating, someone perfecting their craft. It's a person who's looking for someone who's kind of perfect. I definitely see someone focus a lot on their financial success. Very charming, very enthusiastic. It's a person who just kind of goes for it. But I do see that head over heart decision. Definitely see a Leo, so it could be a Leo energy here as well. Tell me about the balance. Strong Cancer energy, though. Yeah, so there's definitely some trust issues. See, someone feels someone's being sneaky, that they're being a player because they're not putting in the effort. They're breadcrumbing. They're not putting in the work. Okay, so there's trust issues. And I think we've got a person who doesn't trust their own feelings. Okay, because it's like I feel like it's a too good to be true energy. Okay. Yeah, it's a person who's definitely dated a lot of people playing the field. Someone who hasn't had a lot of success, but it has to do with reciprocating. It has to do with building. Okay. It takes two people to build, but I do see trust issues. I do see possibility of, you know, someone in their head. I feel like it's a too good to be true. Someone is indecisive because it's like this energy of, is this going to be successful or isn't it? See, it's about reining in those emotions, not being ruled by the emotion. Could be someone who has a lot of people competing for their attention. Someone who gets a lot of attention as well. It's definitely looking like you, Sag, but it could be a Leo. Tell me about the strength. Why is this here? Why is strength here? Yeah, so it's about investing. It's about being patient. See, it's a person here who isn't sure if they want to invest in a situation. So they're making this energy to stay in control of their emotions and let them rule them because there's a decision. See, this is a person who's indecisive. It's a person who's failing to see something, though. Could be a little manipulation, mind games kind of energy. So I definitely see someone who's no longer invested in this energy. See, it's about somebody who's looking at this trust issues, not investing it. So it's an energy of someone who's very guarded, defensive, someone who's pushing someone away here. So look at that. Yeah. So I do feel there's another opportunity. Some of you have another opportunity. Now this could be a job opportunity, an opportunity for a fresh new start. You may have somebody that you're working with that's quite successful. Okay, they're definitely chasing success. But I actually feel, if this is a work thing, I feel like you're staying on course. You're staying on track. You're working very hard. You're perfecting your craft. You may be putting away money to build something, to create something. Okay, like I say, a job, it could be, it's definitely the energy of success, financial success. But I think it's an energy of losing control. So what I feel as far as work and business is about, it's telling you to plan for success. Don't plan for failure. Okay. Always plan for when something is successful. Be prepared. Yeah. So it's energy of someone who's working hard, putting money away too. Okay. So yeah. So I do see that energy there, but this is all right down here. I think what you've got here is a person who, I do see a dating. Somebody dating, somebody offering something here. Now, I do see financial success, someone financially successful. It's likely a person who gets chased a lot because they are. Okay. But the Empress doesn't chase. The Empress isn't chasing. I think we got a person who's failing to recognize an Empress energy. Because I see someone financially stable, very focused on work, financial stability. I can see it. Planning for success, staying on course, not being ruled by their emotions. I think you got a person who walked away because they got to make a decision about putting themselves out there. And it's about what makes someone happy, what fulfills them. It's definitely a person who's fulfilled by their work, okay? Very creative, likely successful by the looks of it, or at least working towards that, really building. But it's about investing. And I do feel the energy of someone not investing. They feel there's some kind of mind games or manipulation here. But I think there's trust issues. Someone has trust issues. So it's a energy of head over heart is what I feel, because I can see the emotional energy and I can see all that thinking and cerebral energy here. It's about not trusting, okay, making a balanced decision to invest. This person, someone here, it's an energy of gaining the strength and the confidence to invest. I think you got a person who's ready to build. Now, it could be because they built themselves up financially, somebody who's preparing themselves financially before they go chasing somebody. There's that opportunity. So it's an energy of someone who is not sure what to believe. Okay, so maybe it's yourself, you're not sure what to believe. Someone may have pushed somebody away here. But it's about someone letting their guard down, you see, putting themselves out there, offering that cup. So there's the cup. Someone who's financially steady or stable, ready. This is someone who's ready. So it's dating, it's courting. Okay, so I do feel someone's about to take that action. But I do feel it's about letting the guard down, because it has to do with this opportunity, an opportunity for success, where someone is feeling more like this could be successful if some work's put into it. I say take it as it resonates, but I definitely see an emotional energy. Tell me about the Two of Swords. There we go. Yeah, so it's a crossroads and it's a choice. So this is an energy of somebody at a crossroads. It has to do with their path in life. It's someone choosing their own path, doing things their way. So this is someone who's chose that path, okay? Chose that path to focus on their work, I feel, first, before they make any kind of a commitment or get involved in a romantic situation. It's likely someone who's been dating a lot of people, very focused on their financial stability. See, ready. So somebody who's ready. When this is a person, when they're ready, they will make that offer. So I feel as though we have a person who, now this guarded defensive energy, it's also an energy of someone who pushes people away because they won't let their guard down. So it could be someone who's pushed you away, or you push this person away, because sometimes the Empress is someone who raises the bar very high. Now, the Empress isn't perfect. Anyone who feels that the Empress is absolutely perfect, so not true, because I do see the energy of somebody who's very discerning. Likely someone who doesn't have trust issues, feels like someone's just a player. They're just looking for attention, but they're trying to stay in control, right? There's that controlling energy. So sometimes the Empress has a tendency to raise the bar very high, because the Empress wants someone to see their worth and their value. It's an energy of teaching someone how you want to be treated as well. Because if there is someone who's not telling the truth, right? It's about a decision and a judgment. So I feel as though it's either someone who's cut you off, questioned, was very discerning about a lack of clarity. Because there's definitely a lack of clarity where the situation feels out of reach. But that Empress energy, this is someone who knows their worth and their value. So it's about teaching someone how you want to be treated. Like I say, whether it's yourself or someone else. But it is an energy of reciprocity. I think you got a person who is being a little sneaky, all right, but I think what they're doing is they're trying to figure out how the other person feels, because we got somebody with their sword up here. We got an Empress with their sword up. And I feel it's an energy where somebody's raised the bar so high, the other person, they're pushing the other person away. Okay, somebody who is definitely focused on work. They actually do want to build something. Okay, they want to build, but it takes two, definitely. So it's an energy of it's taking two. We got an Empress that has some trust issues. I actually feel like you probably both do, and I do feel the someone here definitely feels they're being chased because they're financially successful. But I do see a person who has a tendency to rush into things and not really put a lot of work into it, because this is a person who's focused more on their money. Likely a person with a sense of pride, a little bit of ego, because they've built themselves up, worked very hard. In fact, both people could have a little ego here. I'm definitely seeing Sag and Leo, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, a little Taurus energy. But the Empress is about the birth of something new. So there was definitely something new here. But I feel like we got a person who's not telling someone something, or they're very curious. It's an energy of someone who's curious. They start something and then start feeling like the Empress is raising the bar so high that they're pushing the other person away. But I think there's going to be a bit of a reconciliation here, because I do feel it has to do with a judgment and a decision to release and walk away from someone because there's some indecision. But I got to tell you, this is a person who's on their own path. Okay, this is somebody who's a bit of a free spirit. They kind of do their own thing. But this is a person who will offer that cup when they're ready, not when somebody else tells them to be ready. Don't forget that. This is somebody who's not ruled by their emotions, and I can see the energy here. So I do see some obstacles, arguments, but I also feel this is someone who gets chased. So there's a competition. The Empress doesn't chase. The Empress doesn't go for that competition. So take this as it resonates. I feel there's another opportunity here for a fresh new start. Some of you may free yourself from this person. Could be yourself, the birth of something new. Learning to teach people how you want to be treated. But it's also with the Empress, with kindness and compassion, with balance. The Empress is very gracious and very kind. Okay, so this is an interesting reading. So I feel there's a food for thought here. It's an energy of trying to control somebody by trying to control them, because it is about control. I can see it, trying to take control of a situation. You can't control someone who's a free spirit. It's an energy of catch and release. So it's about letting somebody go. Go figure out how you feel. So I feel this is possibly what the Empress did. Somebody may have misunderstood. There could be a misunderstanding about that energy. Because a lot of times the Empress is really just speaks the truth, says what they say, right? Go figure it out what it is you want, right? Teaching someone how you want to be treated. The Empress wants someone to come in right. But the Empress knows the Empress's worth and value. This is a person who wants someone to see their worth and their value. Treat me right. It may not even be about indecision. In fact, the indecision may have come when the Empress raised the bar very high and inadvertently pushed someone away. But it could be the other person here pushing someone away because they got one foot in the door and out. They're not really sure how they feel. Because I do see the energy of a curious person. I mean, let's face it, the Prince of Swords, Page of Swords is a very curious, logical person, someone who chooses their battles. This is a person who doesn't want a lot of drama. If it starts becoming too dramatic, too much work, this is someone who just frees themselves and moves on. You can't force anybody in this energy to offer up their feelings, that cup, until they're ready. And definitely financial stability is part of this. This is a grounded, practical person, someone grounding themselves, very sensible when it comes to their finances. Is also a person who this is a person who's definitely on their own path. They have their own way of doing things. Maybe, this Empress energy felt that the other person was indecisive, but I think the Empress is the one who's also failed to recognize that this person's on their own path. It's possible they had a choice between other people. It is somebody who may be dating a couple people. Okay, so somebody who, it could be a player, definitely. Somebody playing the field. It's possible the Empress is calling someone out, calling them a player, releasing them willingly. But I do feel there's a failure on both people's part to recognize some kind of miscommunication. I feel the miscommunication is more the Empress teaching someone how they want to be treated, speaking the truth, and releasing someone. Go figure out how you feel. Figure out your feelings. This is somewhat at a crossroads here. I got to admit, Sag, it very well could be yourself, at that crossroads, It's sort of a where to from here energy. There's definitely some feelings. Somebody's definitely in their feelings. This is a person who's exploring their feelings. It's also a person who's cautious, who they open up to, who they pour their heart out to. This is a person who's exploring their feelings. Everybody's different, you know, and that's what I'm seeing in this reading, is everybody is different. You can't control somebody and tell them which way to go, because this is somebody who definitely will take off in another direction. But I do feel there's been some kind of misunderstanding and communication between two people, and I feel it has to do with the way things were communicated. Okay, so I actually feel there could be a reconciliation. It has to do with finding the strength to be patient, to invest. Somebody was definitely, you know, it's an energy of someone being sneaky. And I feel if this Knight of Wands was sneaky, okay, it's possible because they felt this is something that wouldn't work out. You know, someone exploring their feelings, exploring their options. This is, it can be a player, but it could also be a person who's logical, playing the field, finding something worth working on. It's definitely enthusiasm. But it's also a person who comes in very fast, very fiery, and then doesn't really put the work in because they don't always feel it's going to work. You see? So it's all about the understanding. Tell me about this. This is quite the reading. Yeah, so it has to do, yeah, misunderstanding about commitment, a financial foundation, or whether there's a reason to celebrate here. Interesting. Look at that. Somebody has trust issues, and it is because they could be successful. Okay. This is definitely a person who's chasing financial success. But it has to do with a house, a home, a family, commitment. It's about building a solid foundation. This is a person who wants to build a solid foundation. They're invested in something. Okay, their finances. But before, this is a person who wants to be financially stable before they commit. Food for thought. But I feel communication is the issue. I think there are trust issues because someone here's, I feel, definitely focused on success. I feel the Empress feels this other person is a player. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. You know, it's here. But it's also a person who's playing the field, dating a lot of people, looking for someone that's worth putting the work into. I also feel this is someone who might have been a little sneaky, trying to get someone to chase them to see if they felt the same way. So there's a little bit of insecurity there. See, it's all about how things are communicated. I feel this is kind of sad because I actually feel we have a couple people here. I feel if they work together and built a solid foundation together, it actually could work. And I think we got somebody who's at that crossroads about to get up, because this is also, the Empress can be someone who can be very hard to approach. The Empress often has the sword up. You see? And that's what I'm feeling here. But I don't think the Empress means it that way, because that's where I feel the miscommunication. This is someone who wants someone to recognize their worth and value. This is someone who loves themselves first. Come to me right. Somebody didn't come in right. They came in very fast, very fiery, very passionate. They were trying to control things and they lost control. But I do think there's an issue of two people here and the control. Oh my gosh. Tell me about this Empress with the sword up here. Yeah, so we have the bird. So it has to do with the communication. I see an H. I see a heart with there's no key, there's a heart. Yeah, so the key is communication. See, there's something missing here. It has to do something coming from the heart. Okay, and the key is the communication. I feel like there was a communication misunderstanding and just bad communication, and it starts with trust. Someone trusting their own feelings. Because I do feel when you get an Empress coming in with this energy, you've got a person going, oh boy, this person's out of my league, or they've raised the bar so high, the situation's out of reach, but they want this person. But it takes two people to build. Two people to build a foundation. Tell me about this Two of Wands for this King of Cups. Yeah, so it's an energy of pushing through fear, taking an opportunity. This is somebody who's taking an opportunity that's presented. The Empress may have been the one to start this. The Empress sometimes starts things. Doesn't mean the Empress will continue to chase. The Empress doesn't chase. And that's what I feel's happened. So someone is used to being chased, used to people coming after them. And then when you have this person in front of you that's discerning and questioning and ooh, yeah, see, it's about seeing. Someone's failing to see. Maybe the Empress approached it wrong. Maybe the Knight of Rods, the King of Cups energy, approached this situation wrong. Someone's unapproachable. Okay, but it's how the situation was approached. And this is where someone become indecisive. This is someone who's definitely got the rose-colored glasses on until that sword came up for whatever reason. Someone who may have rushed in and out. So we have let's just go right to the Knight of Rods. There we go. Yeah, so I see a bow. And I see a moon. So there's a little fear here, things that are unknown. This is someone who doesn't really know where they're going, but they're rushing in because there's definitely an attraction. Okay, it's definitely an attraction. And I do feel this is a person who's very enthusiastic. So they have a tendency to move too fast, come on a little too strong sometimes. But the emotion, they're trying to control their emotions and not let their emotion control them. This is someone ruled by their passion. Now, there's definitely a physical attraction, no doubt there. Empress can be very sexy, very charming, very, very sensuous energy. But the Empress also has that sword. Remember, the Empress is all the queens. What is this? 8 of Pentacles, yeah. So we have communication. So there's something to do with air. There's some air energy, things being up in the air. Yeah, we have someone with an ego. We have somebody with an ego because they're used to being chased. This is likely someone who, you can see that you'll know who this person is. Somebody who drives maybe a hot car. Interesting. Yeah. But look at that. There's the S. So it has to do with air. Now this could be communication, travel. This could be someone who's full of adventure, somebody who likes to travel. So definitely a person who's thinking about partner, but, if they feel like they're going to lose control of their freedom, someone's trying to control them or how things are going to go. This is a person who will definitely run. Okay, this is a person who runs away. Also known as the player. But I think this is someone who's trying to figure something out. This is someone who's figuring out they failed to recognize maybe the way they were behaving. But I think there's 2 people here in this. It takes 2 people to build the foundation. And see, it's a foundation built on trust. Something started without there being trust. Yeah, someone's looking at that, investing, see, finding the strength and the confidence to invest in a commitment. This person's not so sure, but I actually feel they're definitely focused on their money first, and I can see that. About this, yeah. So I do see the yin and yang. So there is definitely 2 people who are probably a pretty good fit. Both very different, but yet very the same. But there's something to do with the communication styles. Okay, something to do with the foundation. It's a foundation not built on trust. So things didn't start off on the right foot. Somebody approached something maybe in the wrong way. I kind of feel like it's this, could be Sag or Leo. Like I say, I see Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Aquarius, so there's definitely air, and Libra, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio as well. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's definitely something to do with a good fit here, I'll tell you, but the communication is what the problem is. This is a house, this is a shaky foundation, not built on trust. There's a lack of emotional balance. This is 2 people who haven't actually even shared their emotions. So the emotions are all out of whack here. So I do see there's that air energy again, the wings. Okay, so it's an energy of, I feel when I see the wings, it's definitely air, things being up in the air. I feel as though it's a person who, this could be somebody who actually rides a Harley or a motorbike. It's when I see these 2 together like that. So definitely a person with an ego, somebody a little macho. It's all good. And then we have love. So yeah, so it's about keeping things light. It's about releasing. Okay. I feel it's saying to release the trust issues. It's about investing and building a solid foundation. This is definitely a person who wants to have, the house, the home, the foundation before they start something. This is not a person it's an energy of calling for patience, because this is someone who is exploring their feelings and emotions. They're a little guarded. They don't let their guard down easy, and it could be because of money and finances, owning a home, but there it is. There's the opportunity. You got a person who's about to let their guard down here. I see dating and courting. Now, like I say, for some of you, you may release somebody because they're indecisive. You may be deciding yourself to go off on a new path. Okay. It's about planning for success, staying on course. So I feel this has to do with a long-term commitment. I think something didn't get off on the right foot. But yeah, definitely some of you are no longer giving to somebody. You're no longer giving because they're not reciprocating. It's not building, and it does take two. So some of you could have a new opportunity. You may cut somebody out and let them go because you have a new opportunity. Now it could flip as well. So yeah, so you've got a person here. There's that Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There's that Taurus energy coming out. It's going to be different for each of you, but this is somebody's tradition, the way they conduct themselves. This is likely a person who has their own way of doing. They're on their own path. They want to be free. Definitely a free spirit. Okay, it doesn't mean this is somebody who doesn't ever want to commit, but they're looking for something worth working on, worth building. Okay. It's an energy of somebody here. It's about two people who actually, I feel, build each other up is what it is. But it's a person who's doing a lot of thinking about an opportunity. Some of you might have a choice. You may have a choice between two. You may be indecisive, okay, trying to decide. But it could be this person too. Like I say, someone playing the field. This is somebody here, the way they conduct themselves, a habit, someone very analytical, very logical. Look at that. It's very neutral. Okay. It's very neutral energy. This is somebody who's trying not to, I don't see a fear of commitment, but it's about not having faith. All right. This is how they conduct themselves. It's whether two people are on the same page. See, it's about two people. Someone's not trusting that you're on the same page, whether it be you or them. In fact, I feel like you both kind of have a very similar energy here. And I do feel this is a foundation it will never last. This is something that will never last because there's no trust. Okay, and it has to do with that emotional balance, equal give and take. So we have that person doing a lot of thinking about how they conduct themselves. They're possibly someone who's a bit of an overthinker, very analytical, but also very wise, possibly quite educated. Some of you, this has to do with a job. I can see a little energy of job, taking control of a situation, staying on course and planning for success to build something. Okay, you may feel like you don't have enough money to build something, what it is you want, but what it is telling you is to plan for success, prepare for it. Okay, don't look at something and start it feeling like it's not going to be successful, because that's what I feel someone's done. They're looking at this like this isn't going to be successful, but boy, I like this person. This is a person who kind of wants the other person to do the work. But I'm going to tell you right now, an Empress will never, ever, unless the Empress wants to, offer something to somebody who doesn't put in effort. Okay, so there's something to do with this yin and yang, this equal energy. This is also someone who doesn't really conform to society's rules. Like I say, they're exploring their feelings, emotions, dating likely a lot of people till they're ready to make that offer. That's the Cup. This is someone who's unsure. So there we are. There's that Circle. This has to do with commitment. This is a person who now may feel they're ready for a commitment, to build, to invest. But it's about two people trusting each other, having faith. You got to both have faith in each other. Okay, so someone who's kind of still not 100% sure, but I do see it has to do with commitment, and I do see there's the key, communication. That's what's missing, is the communication skills between two people. The Empress, with this Queen of Swords, wants clarity. They want the truth. This is somebody who wants everything out in the open, right? They want all the cups on the table. Yeah. Aw. Yeah, I feel it's about two people just being on the same page. There's that energy of the fish. So this is somebody who kind of just goes with the flow. Dating, courting, taking the time to get to know each other kind of energy. And that's what it is, doing things in a more traditional manner. This is someone who doesn't do things in a traditional manner, a free spirit. They have their own way. Now, it's possible this person may decide, they may be doing some thinking, it's time to do things in a more traditional way, kind of see what happens, see, if this is something worth investing in. And that's where I feel this is at. But yeah, I feel some of you actually quite possibly are no longer invested in someone, finding the strength and the confidence to move towards another, or it's another person. So there's the investment. I see an H again. I see two H's. Whatever that is. House and a home. That's what I feel. There's no place like home. I see an A. I see another H. Oh yeah, that H is very prevalent in a D. Now it could be first and last initials, but for some reason there's something to do with a home, to do with that foundation being built on trust. Okay. This could be like, I don't see fear. I think it's somebody who doesn't have a lot of trust or faith in themselves or faith in the other person, but it takes two people. Okay, there it is. Manifesting, having all the tools, having all the money, the information, the house, the home. This is someone who I feel who's realized and they actually have everything they need. They need to have more faith in themselves, faith in you. Okay, wow. All right, Sag, whatever this is, you guys will have to let me know. There's another D. And there's the Wheel of Fortune, and a cycle, things going in your favor of this person. But it's about two people agreeing, make an agreement to just go with the flow and see what happens. Okay? Building a foundation on trust. You cannot build a foundation if you don't trust each other. You both people have to invest. Both people need to be patient with the other person too. Okay? So interesting. Take care, Sag. I wish you the best. It actually feels really positive. It feels like some kind of a breakthrough. Okay, there's something to do with this learning. Okay, the School of Hard Knocks. Take care. We'll see you soon.